This is the American River near Michael. This is where the Nisenan people would come and fish. Right now, there's a lot of salmon running. The salmon that are running, if you go back a couple hundred years, this is where this area would be highly populated of fishers, hunters, gatherers. And it's why it's important to remember the history of these lands prior to colonization. Really appreciate the history and the connection that I feel through meditation of these lands. And my people are from Mexico, Guatemala area, part of this continent, but still native. And as I share what I'm doing on this channel, I want to share, what touches me. We're inhibited by native people. It's a whole nother level of connection. There's a place called the FEA Nature Center, and it's a public nature center, which is located right over here. They give tours, and there's a center inside. It's really neat. So if you're in the area, you can check it out. This is the, again, American River. Near, in between Watt Avenue and Sunrise, near Carmichael. That side over there is Rancho Cordova. And we're going to see if we can maybe go over and see if we can see any salmon running, because this time of year along the American River is where the salmon run. There's no fishing allowed due to, it's almost like poaching, and that's kind of how California keeps the reservoir stocked. Just before getting here, it was a 3-mile run, basically about 5K. Because right where I'm standing, there is a tribe called the Nisenan, Nisenan. No Pokemon hunt, Richard. And this is where they would come and fish. There's a plentiful amount of deer that they're still living here. And I'm a firm believer that the people that once inhabited these lands are still alive, and the birds and the deer. It's just a beautiful connection that I'm continuing to get. And I'm drawn to share because my native roots, as I become more connected to these lands, call for me to share what I'm seeing, like these salmon out here that are running. Let's get closer to the water. We're gonna jog around here. Once again, this is the Carmichael access. You can get here through going towards the FEA Nature Center. The park is open every single day. I was doing some research, and I'm learning that the native people that lived here were very spiritually connected to the lands. They had shamans that would come out and harvest plant medicine for ceremonial purposes. So on top of these lands being plentiful of fish and deer and other acorns, there's for medicinal use. Because if you remember, back in those days, there weren't hospitals, there weren't things like that. So each tribe had their own shaman or medicine man that was connected to the universe that would gather plants for medicinal purposes. This is typically this can be river bottom depending on the levels of the water. We're going to try to get over towards the main water so we can see some salmon run. If you guys are joining me live, I appreciate you hitting the like and subscribing to this channel. This is the Freedom Seekers community channel where I'll continue to share the journey and what we're doing in the community. Understanding the history of the land that I'm becoming connected to throughout California is important to me because it's not necessarily what is in the textbooks. Hey, Justin. So for me, seeking freedom from the bondage of self, it means for a lot of my life, I've been a escape artist, escaping myself, working through traumas, escaping alcoholism, escaping homelessness. A lot of it is so for you guys, it's up to you. What are you working on? Do you plan to get more fit? Do you want to work through some traumas? Are you struggling with substance? That's what we're seeking freedom from, and then being able to live our best lives. And I don't know about you, but I'm near perfect, but I measure the journey by the progress. Thanks for the question. Thanks for being here, if you were being cynical or not. So we're coming up on the main part of the river where we can be able to see some salmon. Can you tell me how the video quality is? Awesome, Justin. I have just over 3 years without drinking. So welcome to the community. I'd love to connect with you off of this stream just to learn more about your journey. So feel free to check out the links on the channel, join the Facebook group, join the Patreon, use the link. We can have a call. If you have over 3 years, I'd love to invite you to be on the podcast to tell your story. Why stay in prison when the door is wide open? It's true. And for me, I had to learn that the key was inside. And so that's what this channel is about, is me sharing, what I do on a daily basis to continue to unlock that key and get better. Because I found my way out of that I was in. They say that faith without work is dead, right? So without me continuing to get better by doing things like this and being authentic and honest and living on spiritual principles, I can backslide. And so for me, that means, I can be homeless again. I can be locked up. I could be dead, right? So every day is a new opportunity to continue to do the work and unlock. Let's see if we can see some salmon here. Where are you from, Justin? So today is 1,189 days without drinking. So I'm in year 4, but look, just because I stopped drinking every day, all day, or at all, does not mean that everything is just, butterflies and rainbows. It means that now I get to figure out how to get through the day and live life without going back to old behaviors, right? And so that's part of what the freedom of bondage of self is freeing myself from myself and continuing to do that work. So that's different for everybody. Not everybody went to alcohol or other substances to hide from self, right? Some people use other things, or some people just or don't deal with some of the issues that I've dealt with in life, and that's okay. I've started this channel to reach people who are looking to better themselves or have and are continuing to. So that's what this channel is about. So what I'm doing is something I try to do as much as possible, is getting out here in nature and just getting connected again daily. Smells like dead salmon along the river right now because the salmon are running. So there's some dead carcass along the river here somewhere. Just ran a 5K to get here. Planning to hang JFK home. Well, that's good, man. I like that. It's crazy to think that you've always been the person you are today. He's just been locked away from. Right now, I'm just like halfway out that window, seeking freedom, and I see it and I'm touching it, but I still am clinging on to old stuff, which holds me still halfway in that self-imprisonment. But the more I recognize it and the more I do it on a daily basis, I'm getting better. And for those of you that are commenting, whatever was just held, we're gonna keep that out of here. But I appreciate you being here, Justin, and hopefully we can connect. Check me out on Instagram or in the Facebook group. Appreciate your words and continue to bring it. So I went down to Phoenix for the International Conference of Young People. Before I was able to get sober, I had like 25 days, and we drove from Sacramento to Phoenix for Icky Paw a while back. I don't know if you've been around that long, but I've been down there for the conference. It was amazing. It was one of my first, young people conferences, and I was able to see people that were, similar age to me, getting young, sober, and doing things to stay sober. And for me, it was always alcohol that led to other stuff. And I have to be fair with those that are new to the channel that I still integrate plant medicine into my life, such as cannabis and psilocybin, as part of my recovery. And you may be a traditional AA person, but for me, I'm part of a community called PIR, which is Psychedelics in Recovery. And I have a mix of the traditional program, but also integrated with plant medicine. And that's what we talk about here. How it's helping me improve the work that I'm able to do now. Because for many years, I was in and out of the program, and I wasn't able to be completely honest with myself because there were traumas that I wasn't able to fully work through. And part of me getting full freedom is continuing to face that stuff, the stuff that I've stuffed down deep inside, right? That as I do the work comes to me. Not that I forget, but sometimes in order to reach those things, I have to go deep within. And with the use of plant medicine, I'm able to meditate and just listen. And then those messages come to me of things that I need to work on. It's a beautiful process. Flow, energy flow, hydro flow, solar flow, fall flow. It's all flow, connected to the universe at another level. It's up here first, and then it flows here. If I can vision it. Thanks, Justin. Let's connect later.